Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of Pokemon Glazed. And by saying that, unfortunately, we can't be with the Don Mac today. So he's busy with work stuff. RIP to the Jesus giver. We might have to start calling him Joseph. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Joseph D. Mac. So welcome back to episode 2. Mac can't be with us today, but as normal, to the right of me, I've got cousin Ace. Ace, what are you telling me, bro?
What's happening, my people?
And to the right of Ace, we've got Big Rushy. Big Rush, what are you telling me?
How do I even equal that? That was like the greatest intro ever.
That is just off the cusp. I don't know what I'm doing.
You're in one of them moods today.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Don't know what I'm doing.
What's happening, mate? What's happening, mate?
We might get demonetized just for that first minute. But yeah, Rushy, all good, bro. You good?
Yeah, all good. Here we are again, back again for another episode of Glazed. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so like Lazarus, you've got the trio today, ladies and gentlemen, and we'd like to be that quadruple, but like I said, Mac has work things that he needs to do. He is a very busy man. He is a director of his company, so we have to realise that sometimes that you might see some of our faces, you might not, because we all do have our own lives apart from this. This is just a hobby, like we say, but this is a hobby that we enjoy and love. So, getting into Glazed, episode 2. Boys, should we start off with them spin wheels? As we've got them this episode. Obviously, last episode we didn't. We had a little feel for the episode. We had a little... How can I say? We had a little adventure just to see where we're all going. But this time we are putting spin wheels on. We don't know who's got brutal. We don't know who's got hard. We don't know who's got easy or medium or whatever. Hopefully that I will understand the spin wheels a lot better this season.
I'm not going to hold my breath.
I'm not going to hold mine either. So, by saying that, I'll crack into mine. So basically, I had no super effective moves, which you will know that I will struggle a little bit later. But moving on to that, cousin Ace, what did you get, bro?
Yeah, so I got no stab moves, which didn't cause me any issues for a certain reason, but I'll get into that when we get into the battles. But yeah, so no stab moves for Big Ace. Rushmore, tell me what spin you got more.
I got more spinning of the Apocalock, which I've had before, obviously back in Emerald Sea Glass, but basically I have to pick like between numbers 1 and 25, and then Mac sent me over some moves, so I'll read through my list now quickly before we get into it. So my first spin was no use items or hold items, so basically you can't use any items on that Pokemon. That was my Grottle. Can't evolve, that was my Magneton. Can't be switched out when put in, Dratini, so once the Dratini's in, it can't be switched out. Must always be the leader was Marshtomp, so obviously that goes up to slot 1, so I just swapped that with the Grottle, so Marshtomp will always be my leader. Grottle moves down a couple of places. Can't be used in battle unless last resort, that was my Pignite. And then, funnily enough, HM Slave or status support, Rattata, and that was it.
Way down the water. Sorry.
No, it's all right. No, I was hoping that would happen. But yeah, so that is my Apocalock. I'm also this time, although it's still in the easy spin wheel, I did because I've only got this for these 2 gyms. So next, I'll get a new spin wheel with a different challenge next time. So if any of my Pokemon do faint, they really do die, and they're out of the team for this episode only. They come back next episode. So we got Jesus number 2 coming up maybe at some point. But yeah, that was my spin wheel. And I can't remember what Matt got. Does anybody remember what Matt got?
He got no stab as well, same as me.
no stab moves for Mac as well.
Yeah.
So you'll see that later on in his gym battles.
Definitely. Like I said, obviously Matt can't be here to commentate over his gym battles, but they will be up. They will still be viewed. You will see what how you see what how you will see how D-Mac done his thing, done his vibe. Just like to say, out of all those spin wheels, I can't lie, Rush, bro, you sound like you got done dirty.
Yeah.
With all those Pokemon, got to do different things, different dances, different skills have got to be played on the field. So let's get straight into that Sea Spray Town, boys. So what are we going from here? Obviously, from my notes, I said we just bumped into Shelly again and she challenges us for a battle.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Cousin Ace will have some of that footage on. He might do, he might not, but you might be graced
That'll be on
with
the
all
screen.
of that. And I just got like, after defeating her, we strangely get teleported again. Do you know what I mean? We're getting teleported to them realms right now. And so we bump into Don Luke again. Obviously, from last episode, we found out his name. So Luke is trying to get into his house at the moment. But he thinks that we're here for answers. So, boys, can we explain what Luke thinks that we're here for them answers? What does he think that we are doing in his realm?
Yeah, he basically goes on, and he says that there's a legendary Pokemon that's from our dimension that's causing the universes to link together. And then he goes on to say that the people in his world or his universe, they don't actually know what Pokemon are, which is quite cool. And what basically what's going on is that he's trying to stop them from finding out, because if they find out that the Pokemon are real, I should say, they do know what they are, because there's one of the NPCs in that area saying that they like the Pokemon games. But they don't know that Pokemon are actually real. So he's like, well, they can't find out, that we can't let them know that Pokemon are real things. And then he basically tells you to go back to where you sort of teleported into. There'll be someone else there to speak to. That's the NPC that says they like the Pokemon games, and they say they like you because you ain't judging them for liking the Pokemon games. And then all of a sudden, the screen flashes and you teleport back to Sea Spray Town. So that's what happens there. Ace, what happens from that point on?
Yeah, so I just want to quickly say, at the beginning of this part of the game, I actually went back to the professor's little patch thing because somebody was spreading misinformation in episode 1.
Misinformation.
And that was my cousin Spook. So I actually got done dirty by a family member because I was running around in the grass trying to find a bag on for like 20 minutes.
Look at him, he can't even look at you.
Because he was like, yeah, you can get bag on here. So I was like, I don't think I've ever used Salamence. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll go get a bag on. And I'm running around, and I'm thinking, where is this bag on? So I search up, bag on's not even an encounter there.
So, in my defense, I was watching a don called Purple Rodri, and for them older people like myself, you might remember Purple Rodri back in the day. So, I was watching his little take through on Glazed, but I realised that we are actually I forgot that we're actually playing Glazed. So, in his version of things, you get a bag on, and I don't think he got a Dratini. So, obviously, that's where the two of those dragon types are switched. So when I saw Dratini, I was like, yeah. So the information that I led was from Purple Rodri. So Purple Rodri, if you ever do come across this, I blame you for me spreading bad information. So we're blaming Rodri for that one. We're blaming Rodri for that one.
Well, Rodri can answer that for himself if he ever comes on the pod. Why would he? But yeah, so other than that, obviously we get back from the dimension and we are in Sea Spray Town. And there's a few things to note here. The Move Deleter and Relearner are both here. So really important NPCs there will be coming in handy for me because, as you guys would have noticed from the last episode, my Prinplup actually knows cut. So we definitely don't want that. So we'll end up taking that off Prinplup soon. And there's like Mac actually briefly mentioned it in the last episode. He sort of sped ahead a little bit. So there's actually like a big department store here, and there's all sorts of items, you know, like your classic department store. And there's actually a black belt here, who is blocking one of the vendors, which is really frustrating. I did go back to see if I could go to that vendor after I'd beaten the gym, which we'll get onto in a bit. But you still can't. But there's actually an NPC next to him, and they explain that it sells the TMs that the gym leaders give out, which I'm pretty sure the TMs are unlimited in this game, so that's kind of pretty much useless. And the other thing was that I wanted to mention here before we sort of get into the rest of the story is in the Pokemon Center, there's some dialogue from an NPC here, and I think it was Spooks or Mac. I think it might have been you, Spooks, in the first episode mentioned that everything was like sweet themed, like you had like milkshake and choco and everything. And there's actually a NPC here in the Pokemon Center that says if you spell Tunod, which is the name of the region, backwards, it actually is donut. So there's obviously a running theme here, of stupendous confectionaries that are running through this that are running through this series.
Let's take it back. I'll take a Smartie. They're Smarties indeed.
Yeah. So we want to obviously challenge the gym in this town, but we found out that the gym leader has actually left on business to the Sea Spray Dam. So, damn, Daniel. So, before we get into
imagine if the kid that was blocking the gym, his name was Daniel. That would be crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the kid is part of it, isn't he? Because his mum, I think she's known as like the sexy gym leader or something like that. And I'm thinking, right, that's your mum.
Galileo flow, isn't it?
There's a NPC here that says that you can go challenge So Heal, which is some like really strong trainer. And if you go to the left of Sea Spray, you go to So Heal straight. But we need Surf to progress there, so we don't have anything there as of yet. But moving into the Sea Spray Dam, Spooks, do you want to take us into this sort of section of the game here?
Yeah, so I just want to say, going through the dam, that you find an abundance of trainers, an abundance of like kind of scientist-looking people as well. Like some of them fight you, some of them don't. Basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to realize why the dam is consistently flowing, I believe. So, just like to point in this bit, Alduin, the Dratini, did evolve into a Dragonair at this point. So yeah, we have the Dragonair on the team. Never used it before, but I'm looking forward to it. So basically, we find Flo here, and she's struggling to close the gates of the dam. Like I said, they're struggling to control the flow of things. See what this does. But at this time, this is why Professor Willow gave us the sensor. So obviously, you can remember from episode 1, it felt like a while ago we got that sensor from Willow. So when I actually gave it to Flo, I was a bit like, oh yeah, completely forgot about this. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so yeah, we give her the sensor, and we're basically like pestering her, like, you know, like a child pulling your trousers or your ankles, saying, please, can you just battle us now? And she tells us that she's way too busy. She's got to handle things here. She's too busy to install it or take gym challenges at the moment. So she sends us on a side quest to Geminite Village, where we get the security guard to go through there. So as soon as you enter the dam, you can either go straight up to where all the trainers are and go upstairs to find Flo, or you can bust a right, and there's a security guard there, and he won't let you go through until you got some ID. So we get that from her. You can go over there, and you start making your way down to Geminite Village. I'd also like to point out that you do find an Ultra Ball in the dam as well. So, Rushy, do you want to take us into Geminite Village, bro?
Yeah, I'll take us into Geminite Village. So, as you arrive in Geminite Village, Percy comes back up to you and challenges you to a battle. So, obviously, we met Percy at the start of the game. I I should call him, Percy Sasuke. It's uncanny. It's uncanny. But yeah, he comes up.
Percy Uchiha, isn't it?
Yeah, Percy Uchiha. Let's just hope he hasn't slain his entire village, because that would be quite dark for a Pokemon game, wouldn't it? Really, but
it would be, yeah.
yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Percy comes up. He takes you on. You beat him, and he kind of heads off on his merry way. But I'm sure we'll be seeing him again at some point. But yeah, in Geminite Village, we've basically been tasked to ask them to stop using so much power, because it's affecting the dam. So in the village, you meet a miner who lets you know they've been digging into the side of Mount Stratus, and he will go and find the foreman, and he'll turn off the lights and dial back the power usage. Just a quick note that in one of the houses you get given a shovel, which can be used to dig around in the caves and things like that. And there's the mining mini game in this town as well, to dig up shards and fossils and things like that. Yeah, so that's just a quick side note. But yeah, so from here you enter into Mount Stratus. Just like to point out, in Mount Stratus you can find a Dawnstone and a Pokeball. So obviously,
Okay.
Spooks needed one of those. So that's going to come in handy.
I think it's a good time to say that by saying that, Rush, sorry to cut in, but Glazed is on the team now. So Bruce Slade is fully evolved, and yeah, I'm looking forward to use it. Sorry, Rush.
No, you're fine. That makes sense to cut in there. Yeah, so in the cave, or in the side of Mount Stratus, in this cave, you do go and find the foreman, and he basically tells you he don't really care. He don't really care that he's using all the power. And then he's got some TNT, and he blows it up, and it all goes, Pete Tong, and it causes an avalanche. And you have to get yourself out of there. But as you get out, the foreman comes up to you and he does apologize. He says, "I'm really sorry about that. Come with me. Come to the miner's hut, and I'll sort you out." And in the miner's hut, he gives you HMO4 strength. But obviously, we can't use that yet. We need to go and beat the next gym, which happens to be in Stormy City, which is just down the road from where you are now. And yeah, you sort of make your way down to the Stormy City after. But there is one thing that happens in between us. Ace, why don't you let us know what happens next?
Yeah, so obviously we are going into there. I just want to say that hold on a minute, boys. Let's pause a sec. I thought it was in Sea Spray, the gym.
Sea Spray was first, then Stormy City was where Leif was. Yeah,
I was gonna say, right. Bro, you made me. I was like,
I was gonna say Stormy City was the last notes I've got.
Hold on. I'll
redo it.
I'll cut back.
Yeah, just cut back.
Yeah. Right. So just a quick cut there. We've cut because I got myself messed up. So scratch the Stormy City stuff. We'll come back to that. Yeah. We're coming back to that. Yeah, we're going to use HMO, whatever the hell it is, cut, and we're going to cut there. We're going to come back in. So we're going to use strength to get back in here. Sorry. So we don't actually go to Stormy City. What actually happens?
Restart.
What's going on, bro?
This is staying in. We're going to get us back on track.
Cut it, bro. Cut it. Right. Yeah, if I do it.
So the foreman does tell you that you need to go to Stormy City to be able to use the HMO4 strength. However, that's not where we go next. What we have to do next is go back to the dam to see Flo. But before that happens, you kind of flash away from that, and I'd like you to know that I did just click. I'm going to do it again. Click. You flash away, and you see Michael again. Michael is kind of just there. And there's an informant. Someone has been watching you, and Michael is told that the foreman and our character know where the item that he's looking for is. Now, I don't know what item they are talking about here, but Michael isn't very happy, and he tells this unknown person that's snitching on us to go and fetch his son, Henry, something like that. I don't know how you say it.
As Henry.
Henry, yeah. But basically you do that, and he says,
How would you know, bruv?
Yeah, I know because I watched bare walkthroughs on it. Everyone's called him Henry. Why would he call him Henri for?
Well, because that's how you spell Henri, bruv.
Thierry. So we see Thierry.
That's another way of spelling it.
All right, Henry, innit?
Anyway, we head back to the dam. Flo gives you HMO6 Rock Smash. She says to meet her at the gym. Ace, take us away. Take us into the next bit.
Yeah, so just quickly worth mentioning before we head into the third gym of Pokemon Glazed. There's a spot in Sea Spray, and there's like a Pokeball on the floor. It's just like designed into like the road. And I ran across it, and I ended up encountering a Wingull, just randomly off the Pokeballs like on the floor, like built into the design. Yeah. And I ended up in the back of a Wingull. So,
right, man.
Maybe he swooped down. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. So, I suppose we might as well get into the gym fight against Flo. So, Spooks, do you want to take us away on that one, cuz?
Yeah, just a quick one. I just want to touch on Germanite Village quickly. You do find the fossil finder here, and if you click on the actual stones around the village, you can find a blue shard. Trade that into him, and you get the root fossil for trading that blue shard. So I don't know if anyone just started doing any of that, but yeah. And also, I just want to touch in that miner who you go in there, and he says, he basically says, "You're getting in the way of my money." That's what I thought was funny, innit? Like, I've got to make some money. I don't care what's going on in the dam. We're blowing this up. So I thought that was quite a funny thing to add. But yeah, going into my gym now.
I need everyone to stop what they're doing right now. I've just looked at the analytics and they're showing me that 91.7% of you guys aren't even subscribed. Do us all a favour, it takes 2 seconds of your time. Just hit that subscribe button to keep the content coming.
So we go with Leader Flo. After giving her everything, she heads off with the War Turtle. We go in with Bruce Lade with the Zen Headbutt. War Turtle goes for the Rain Dance. And from that Rain Dance, she uses a Super Potion. We use a Reflect. Then we go for a Zen Headbutt again, bringing it down. They go for a Water Pulse. The rain continues to fall. Zen Headbutt again. We take out the War Turtle. Now they go out for the Azumarill. Sorry, I should say. We go out for Barry. Obviously, I just wanted to get it down with the Intimidate to go for the tackle, to go for the then Swagger. They shatter our Reflect with a Brick Break. We go for the Swagger again because it failed the first time. It's now confused, and it's hurt itself here. So then we go for the Bite. We're trying to go for that flinch. We get a crit. It's still hurt. It uses a Citrus Berry. Go for the Bite again. It's not very effective. Uses Brick Break on us that is super effective. So now we go out for Mudlips, who is still a Swampert at this point. So Mudlips is going to use that shot. Obviously, we're going to keep that shot, lower the speed. It's snapped out of his confusion by doing this. Mudshot again, we're lowering the speed. It uses Brick Break on us, doesn't do too much. We're in the yellow. We take Azumarill down with another shot. Quagsire comes out. Now we're going to go for the Water Pulse, see if we can get that confusion off on the Water Pulse. We don't. Our speed goes down because it uses Mudshot. Then it uses a Water Pulse because it's faster than us and takes us out. Now we're on Alduin, the Dragonair. We go for the Thunder Wave, but obviously I forget that it's ground, so it's not effective. We go for the Dragon Rage, and Dragon Rage does 40 HP damage regardless of what it is. It goes for a Protect. We go for the Dragon Rage, and we just keep spamming Dragon Rage at this point. It uses a Super Potion, Dragon Rage again, another Dragon Rage, but it uses Protect. I think Flo's getting a bit scared now because all she keeps doing is healing up and protecting. The Quagsire is out. Last Pokemon is Gyarados. So all of my Pokemon are pretty over-leveled here because I was following another playthrough and she had a Milotic before in normal Glazed, which was level 36. So we was tailoring to that. But anyway, we're on 1 HP with the Dragon Age, with the Dragoneer, sorry. We use Dragon Rage and it goes out. So now we are on Bruce Late. We use a Zen Headbutt here because Gyarados is on half health, and we take out the Gyarados, and that is leader flow done. Ace, how did you get on?
Ace, you're on mute, mate.
You're on mute. You're on mute. You're mute.
Okay, so Ace got caught in the mud there. Allow it.
He's too busy doing his hair.
He's speed lowered. He's speed lowered, isn't it?
Okay, so let's get into my battle with leader flow now. So the quick team run through as always. We have Porygon here, a great member of my team as usual. There's my Glazed. Unfortunately, no great moves at the moment. We've got Scolipede there. Wow, look at that sprite. That's incredible. There's the Shuppet, and here is the Primplup as well. And then finally, we have Shelgon on the team. So let's get into the actual battle here with the water type leader Flow. So Flow's going to leave with the Wartortle, and I'm coming out with that Porygon. Wartortle uses the rain dance, so I'm thinking, here we go, rain's up already. So I'm going to go for a Swift, and a Water Pulse from Wartortle confuses me already. But we hit a crit Swift, so that takes out the Wartortle. Here comes Azumarill, the rain is still up, and it goes for the Brick Break, which is of course going to take us out straight away with that huge power ability on Azumarill. I'm going to bring out a water type of my own here. So Primplup comes out. And I've actually got Grass Knot on Primplup. So we're going to hit a couple of Grass Knots here. I'm thinking, obviously, Azumarill's a really like round looking Pokemon. So I'm thinking, well, it must be quite heavy. So we're going to be hitting a few more Grass Knots. There goes the Super Potion by Flow. Primplup hits itself in confusion and gets hit by Covet by the Azumarill. So that is Primplup down. Let's come out with a new member here, Shelgon, and look at these attacks that I've got on it already. We're going to go for a Headbutt. We've also got Dragon Claw in the pocket, but of course Azumarill being a fairy type, it won't do anything anyway, and Shelgon actually goes down there, so it's getting to squeaky bum time here. Out comes my favourite Mon of the series so far, Scolipede, and hits one Poison Fang to take out the Azumarill. Quagsire is coming in next, so I'm going to switch into Shuppet here, and I'm going to hit a Screech, but the Quagsire does protect, so nothing's going to go through until the next turn when we hit that Screech, but then get hit with a Rock Tomb. Quagsire goes for another protect, but we're going to go for the Shadow Sneak on the next turn, and wow, look at that damage. Absolutely no damage done there by Shuppet. Let's bring out the big guns with Scolipede and hit this Pin Missile. Look at this. Big damage here, and Quagsire goes down. The -2 defense really helping me out with the Pin Missiles there. Gyarados comes out here, and Scolipede is going to get that +1 boost from the speed boost, but we are going to get intimidated by Gyarados. Clearly, the Gyarados is poisoned here, so it's just a matter of time before he goes down. We have just got to stall out and do as much damage as we can. A crit Poison Fang there brings Gyarados right back down after the Super Potion heal. And I must be at about +5 speed here. And there goes down the Gyarados from the Poison. And that is my gym with Flow done. So, who clocked it?
Yeah, why would it? There were some stab moves in there, I'm sure there were.
I completely forgot about my spin wheel. I can't remember when I was playing this. I think it was, so we recorded episode 1. I spent the next night recording. Obviously, you guys at home will know that I did some, special stuff with the edits last time. There's a few more things in there. It was quite stressful. So then the next day, I took a break and I thought, right, I'm just going to play the game today. I'm going to chill. And obviously, because I was in that chill mode, I completely forgot about my spin wheel.
You were in that flow state.
I was in that flow state, baby. All for the content, baby. All for the content. So you guys will also see when we get into the fourth gym that I did the same then, because I thought, well, I've done it for gym 3, I might as well just use stab moves for gym 4 as well. So I've already done it, and there's no point going back now, is there?
No.
But yeah, will the suitable punishment would probably be another spin wheel for next episode on top of my actual one. But I'm just thinking to myself, surely if I just never did the spin wheels, then nothing could ever happen. There's only so many times you can add it on.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
but we know where you live, so something would happen in the end. So.
First things first, Rushy's coming for that Pokemon Shield. If anyone said that, by the way, in the community, just let us know, because we're
It
3
really is in the
seasons
community.
deep now. We're 3 seasons deep now, and we found out the other day that Ace is giving that away deeper into the community.
I think I have anyway. I think
I'm
I
never
have.
ever getting that copy back, am I? It's well and truly lost in the community.
Rashi's gonna get it back, and it's on 300 plus hours. Internet batteries ran dry.
That's not my Pokemon Shield. That's our Pokemon Shield.
You're gonna have to buy that back.
That's the community's. That's the community's shield.
It belongs to the community. Community Shield.
Community shield. What? But yeah, but saying that, actually, sorry, just before we get into your gym, Rushy, I've just looked at the date up here, and Spooks, you just said we're into our 3rd season. Tomorrow is actually officially 3 months since the Hive podcast was created.
Big up! Make sure you like and subscribe, innit? Definitely.
Like and subscribe for the 3-month special, and maybe when we get to it a year, we might give away a copy of Pokemon Shield. I think I've got one knocking about here somewhere. So. Do you know what I mean? But
I hope I win that giveaway.
But Rushy, speaking of knocking around, why don't you go knocking on that door of Flo's gym and get us into your battle, bro?
Yes, I will do. Just quickly before we get there, you will notice from my team that I activated my first cheat. But
whoa!
But
it's the first time in the 3 seasons.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't actually activate any cheats. What's obviously happened is so we're playing on a certain way to play the game, and on that certain way to play the game, there is a button next to the fast forward option that is the cheat menu, and I think what I've done is I've accidentally clicked that and turned it on. And I haven't actually got any cheats activated. Yeah. I knew you were going to do this. I haven't actually got any cheats activated. You'll see from my team that I haven't got any cheats activated because, they would be a lot higher leveled. I can tell you that for sure. But it has the game, obviously, because it's on the Emerald sort of platform. It's using the Emerald systems to run the game. There is bad eggs in this game, which means that my Rattata has turned into a bad egg because the game thinks I'm cheating. So I did get rid of that for the second gym, but for this one, the Rattata is a bad egg, so I've got a 5-man team here. But anyway, we will call that what it is. Okay, yeah, so we'll get into my gym battle now. I led out with Marsh Stomp. They led out with Wartortle. The Rain Dance comes in. I use a Mud Shot on the Wartortle there. It doesn't do too much, but we're getting that speed down. I go for another Mud Shot. The Wartortle goes for a Water Pulse on my Marsh Stomp and does confuse my Marsh Stomp, and the Rain is obviously still going. Marsh Stomp is confused and hurts herself in the confusion. The Water Pulse comes off from the Wartortle onto the Marsh Stomp, so I'm going to switch out. I'm going to get Marsh Stomp out of there because I don't want him to faint. So the Ice Punch goes off on the Magneton, obviously doesn't do too much. I go in with a Thunder Shock on the Wartortle there, takes it down to 1 HP. They go for a Water Pulse, and we know what's coming here. Leader Flow uses a Super Potion, of course. So Wartortle's back up. I go for a Thunder Shock again, gets it back down to 1 HP. One more Thunder Shock because my speed's up, takes down the Wartortle there. So Azumarill is in next. I stay in with my Magneton. I go for the Thunder Wave on the Azumarill, so it's now paralyzed. and it can't move, which is nice. I then go for a Spark, which does about half health with the Azumarill. The Azumarill is still paralyzed, and I go for one more Spark, which takes it down quite low. It's paralyzed still, but the berry comes off. One more Spark takes out the Azumarill here. So Magneton's putting in some work in this gym. It's nice to see. So yeah, Quagsire is in next. I think my Magneton's low on health, so I'll come in with my Grottle. So Grottle comes in, Razor Leaf to the Quagsire here, basically takes out in one hit. The Rock Tomb then comes in, drops the speed of the Grottle. The Citrus Berry on the Quagsire takes him back up, and then a Super Potion comes in, so Quagsire's basically back to full HP. I'll go for another Razor Leaf, which takes it down low again. The Quagsire uses Protect, so my Mega Drain here obviously doesn't hit. The Quagsire goes for Protect again, but it fails. I go for a Mega Drain, get some HP back, and take the Quagsire out. So we're in with the last Pokemon here. Flo sends in a Gyarados, which is quite an intimidating Pokemon for so early in the game. I go for a Razor Leaf. The Gyarados uses Taunt, so obviously the Grottle is stuck in now. So I go for a Mega Drain here. The Gyarados uses Strength. Obviously, I'm not doing too much damage to this Gyarados here. And it's not looking good for my Grottle, who is stuck in. Another Taunt comes in, which obviously doesn't really do much. The Gyarados uses Strength again. I go for a Razor Leaf, so the Gyarados is about half health. One more Strength does take out Grottle there. So Grottle is out for the rest of the episode. We'll see who I replace him with. So I bring in Dragonair. The Gyarados uses Strength. I go for a Dragon Rage. One more Taunt from the Gyarados, but the Dragon Rage used again takes out the Gyarados, and that is Flo taken out. So obviously Mac hasn't joined us for this episode due to work obligations, and I'm just going to mention it. I'm going to break the fourth wall. Obviously Spooks is looking very similar, but Ace might be looking a bit different. I don't know about me. My sprite might have aged overnight, but we are recording this the next day because I had a bit of a problem last night with my Wi-Fi. So if we repeat ourselves or anything, or if anything chops, it feels like we're like recording it the next day. That's because we are recording it the next day. This is a two-part podcast edited into one. So my apologies to the boys, but we're here now. We're recording. And yeah, we'll carry on like nothing ever happened. I think
I had to put the same T-shirt aside. Lucky I had a shower before, but I said to the missus, I was like, "Don't put that T-shirt in the wash, bro. Can't put that in the wash. I need to look like we're still here. Look into the eyes, not around the eye. Look into the eyes. Now you're under. We did not do another episode. 3, 2, 1. You're back in the room.
We're back. Nothing ever happened.
Back in the room. I don't know what you're talking about, really.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
We haven't been to work. We've sat here all night.
Yeah. All I'm going to say is we have a great editor, So nothing ever happened.
Yeah. Here we go. Look. Yeah, everyone's kissing my mud lips now, isn't it? Yeah. You know what I mean? Trust me, that mud badge.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, we will. We could carry this on. Obviously, we've beaten Flo. Max footage is up now on the screen. Once you beat Flo, she gives you TM03 Water Pulse and tells you to head off to Stormy City. So that is where we will head to next. So, Ace, do you want to take us down into Stormy City?
Yeah, so we have to go back to Geminite Village and work our way through there to get to Stormy City. So we come downwards and you actually come to Mount Stratus again, which obviously we've been in before. It's a really small area. It's almost just like a sort of connecting cave type thing. There's a rare candy in there for those who aren't cheating. So we have the Geminite River as well. So that's it. So before you go into that Stratus part, we have Geminite River, the first part, because it's split up into a few sections here. Things worth noting here, I don't believe there was any items, but you can catch a Gibble here, which I would have probably caught if I didn't eventually catch that bag on. And Squirtle was here as well. I didn't really run through the grass too much, but for notable encounters, for me, Gibble and Squirtle were noted down. So yeah, we go through that connecting cave of Mount Stratus, and there's a rare candy there, and then we come back out the cave to Geminite River, the second part of it, and what happens here is a delinquent that seems to be at our demise consistently throughout this game so far. That's right, you guys guessed it. Pikachu rolls up to us again.
What is this guy's problem?
He's got some sort of issue. I don't know if he's like a undercover agent from Team Fusion, but this time he actually, instead of getting into a battle with us, he actually just steals our gym badges.
Yeah.
Yeah, he jacks them. Couldn't believe it.
He jacked
Man
those
jacked them.
badges.
Yeah.
So the 3 badges that we have worked long and hard for have now been taken away by that fiendish yellow mouse.
Definitely. And just to head off that is that so to add to my team, I wanted a fire type and I wanted to go get Vulpix. Found the way is that you go, and when you go back to, I can't remember Sparky's town now. What was that called again? Where was Sparky? The gym.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Town? No.
It was it the, what was it, Ocean View Park? Was it near there or somewhere like that?
Ocean View City, yeah, that's
Ocean View City. So in Ocean View Park at the top, you have to use cut. So what you have to realise is now all of our gym badges are stolen. We can't use those HM moves in it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw that in there. I really wanted to get a Vulpix from there because I've never used Ninetales before, and I was just a bit like, oh, can't believe it. I thought, right, because we've already had the badges, maybe we can still use the HMs, but literally because we don't have those badges, we can't use those HMs. So, bit of a bummer. All that hard work literally gets taken away from you. Look at this Don and a scarf.
By that yellow mouse. I was actually going to say that before Spooks cut in there, that I actually went back to try and rock smash the other rock at the start of that little connection cave, and you couldn't. So clearly, me and Cuz are on the same wavelength for this. That is the first thing I thought to do. But yeah, and which is pretty cool actually, because there must have been some little tweak that the creator had to do to actually make that happen. Do you know what I mean? I know nothing about coding, but I can imagine. I mean, it could have been easy, but I thought that was a pretty cool detail.
Yeah.
So carrying through the second part of Geminite River, there's another grinding time trainer here, which has 2 Tangela and a Delibird, similar to the one that was in the Milkshake Swamp. And we actually say Wagwan to Blake as we're about to go into Stormy City. And Blake tells us that the foreman from Geminite has been kidnapped. And obviously he's the one that caused the avalanche and almost killed everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was Rushy you mentioned a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's something to do with Michael talking about the foreman, and they're saying that we know, us and the foreman know something, but maybe we'll get into that a little bit later. But that is it for that. So Spooks, do you want to take us into Stormy City, which is going to be the 4th gym battle for us coming up pretty soon here?
Yeah, so obviously, just to rewind for Germanite River, for me, if you touch one of the rocks, you actually can find an Ultra Ball here. And the footage on the screen will be for Mudlips and Alduin actually evolving. So we've got a Swampert on the team now, and we have that Dragon here now. So that was, I think I might have added it in the last part, but I'm not too sure. But I might have got Dragonair in twice by now. I don't know why, but
how can you not remember? We only spoke about this about 10 minutes ago.
Well, yeah, this is what I mean. This is what I mean, man. It's just, you know what? It was one of those ones where we were just sat here all night, and I was so tired. I started drifting off. So it was one of those ones where I was like, did I say that? You know, you've got to think, ladies and gentlemen, we've been up for 24 hours now. Yeah. Waiting for Wi-Fi to turn back on and everything, but we haven't moved. Like, we're hungry, thirsty, stinking. We need that bath, and
I'm dying.
We're dying. If I do it, hell, if I do it. So taking us into that stormy, windy city. We find Dr. Friendship is here, which you can obviously, rate your friendship, I take it, all in the name. You find a housewife here that she can teach you Scold, which is a pretty cool move. But obviously, for me at the moment, there was no point teaching it to Mudlips, as it was a move that I could didn't really need for this type of gym, which we will get into. You get TM11 Sunny Day here from a fisherman, and in the same house you get TM18 Rain Dance from another Don. And also is, unfortunately, as Mac is not here with us, he would have liked to, and I know he will listen to this little bit of information, but the adoption clinic is here. And we get to adopt a Groovile. And Groovile's been there since the adoption clinic has been open. So we have a Groovile on the team, and we made sure we leveled that Groovile up into a Sceptile before the fourth gym. So yeah, we have Sceptile on the team now, which I'm gassed about because I know that's Cuz's favorite Pokemon as well.
Yeah.
A Sceptile, if you don't know, get to know on TikTok. So yeah. But in this adoption center, you can also get a Mudkip here. This is where I thought Mac would be absolutely fuming. Obviously, you know, we heard the story about him telling his girl, "Can't believe I just killed Mudkip." You know? But now Don's been revived, just like Jesus did. Don has came back to life, and you get a Mudkip here, you get a Jolteon here, and you get a Zangoose here. And yeah, so like I said, we've done some training, and I forgot to mention that Sceptile is called Bushpack. So Bushpack is that Sceptile now. So, you know, if you boys are happy, we can take it straight into that gym battle.
Can I just quickly chime in here with a couple small things here? One's about that Grovile. So it's got Leaf Blade, because obviously I took it. And I believe that Grovile doesn't learn Leaf Blade until it's a Sceptile in the normal games, I'm sure. So if people do know about this, they might not. But I thought that this was almost certainly a reference to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, where Grovile is one of the main characters and his signature mood is Leaf Blade. And I'm so sure that Sceptile doesn't get it. So I'm pretty sure that's a reference there. And then one more thing. There's a bit of dialogue here which Rushy wouldn't have seen.
I was going to say, I'm back to my old tricks. I didn't do any of this.
One of the pieces of dialogue is somebody in a house, and they say, "I'm hungry, but I'm too short to open the fridge." And I thought, yeah, that's big money, baby. Yeah. That's big ace. But yeah, other than that, I don't have anything else. We might as well get straight in. Spooks, do you want to take us into Leaf, who is the fittingly grass type gym leader of Stormy City?
Yeah, so we'll go straight into Don Leaf or Don Leif Erickson, the one who found Vinland first. A little bit of history lesson for all of you. And he found Vinland and America first. Anyway, so we go into Leif Erickson, whatever you want to call it. He comes out, I want to smell that Bushpack. That Bushpack is Servine. Comes out. We go out with Alduin using the Dragon Pulse. It uses Glare. We're now absolutely paralyzed. We use another Dragon Pulse. It goes for the Citrus Berry. But because Alduin's ability is Shed Skin, it knocks off that paralyzed easy. So it sheds that skin, and we've gone from the paralyzed. The Whimsicott comes out, draining Kiss it uses against us. We've paralyzed it with the Thunder Wave. Now I'm thinking to myself, and I'm thinking, we'll swap up with Bruce Lade right now. Use that Zen Headbutt against it. Does quite a bit of damage. It's actually flinched Whimsicott at the moment. We use that Zen Headbutt again, takes out the Whimsicott. Now I'm bare happy about that because that caused me stress with that substitute. We use Brick Break on the Servine to take that out. That's gone. Then the Venusaur comes out. We hit a Reflect. Venusaur uses Takedown. We go for the Brick Break against the Venusaur. Not very effective. It uses Sludge against us. Hits a critical hit. And we are poisoned now. So, Wagwan for us. What are we going to do? Who are we going to go for? We go out for the Don. Gets taken out easily by the Giga Drain in one move. It was pointless taking him out. So we send out Bushpack. Bushpack knows Dragon Claw. So we're going to hit it with that Dragon Claw. It tries to go for the Sleep Powder, doesn't get anywhere. We hit it with another Dragon Claw. We're now hurt by his poison because it uses Sludge on us. And we've taken it out. Sludge again. It takes us out, sorry. And we go in for Mud Lips. Now, it's a Swampert now, so I want to see what happened for this guy. We use a Super Potion on Alduin because everything else I'm not quite scared of. Because the Whimsicott was the only one that would really take us out. And we've also healed up Bruce Lade right now. Obviously, 4 times effective against the Swampert. So we are down. Barry comes out, hits it with the Intimidate. So we're knocking down the attack. We use a Swagger against the Venusaur. It is confused. It used Giga Drain against us. Then we're going to go for the Bite, see if we can hit off a few flinches. It's hurt by the confusion. Bite again. It's hurt by another confusion. We're going to go for the Bite, but Leif uses a Hyper Potion. So we go for another Bite, and we're just gnawing. We're gnawing that Venusaur right now. We're biting his fingers, toenails, everything's off. Leafeon comes out. We hit it with the Swagger. It uses a Razor Leaf against us. Swagger hits. It's now become confused. We go for the Bite. It's hurt by the confusion. Bite again. And I think we're just going to bite our way to the victory. But we don't because Barry's just gone down. So who are we going to send out? I'm humming and hawing. Alduin comes out. We're going to hit it with that pulse, that Dragon Pulse. We're going to check Leafeon's pulse. But Leafeon is finitoed. And that was Leif done. Sound a bit stressful, but it's because obviously no super effective moves, none of that, blah 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 blah. I didn't really have many, but there was other ways I could have done that, and it would have been a lot easier. So, Cuz, do you want to take us into your battle, bro?
Yeah, so we'll get into my battle now. So we have the team run through. We've got Glazed here with Hypercutter ability. Not a great moveset right now, but we've got Empoleon as well. And there's the boy, Scolipede, one of my favourites in this game. Here's Bennett. He doesn't do too much, but he's there. Porygon's here as well, and Shelgon is there in the final slot. So let's get into my battle with Leaf. So we are going to be leading with Glazed, and Servine is coming out first for them. I'm going to go straight for a Zen Headbutt, see if we can get some damage done. And whew, look at that damage, baby. We do get glared, and the Servine does use the Citrus Berry, so it's almost all for nothing. Glazed gets full powered there, so here I'm starting to think I need to disable that Giga Drain, but it uses Leech Seeds, which is even worse. So Giga Drain again by the Servine, and then Glazed gets paralyzed again. So it's looking like we're going to go down here shortly because we get paralyzed again. Glazed actually got full powered quite a few times there. I haven't really seen that happen too much, but out comes Porygon and we get glared by the Servine, but we hit a Tri Attack and that does just about over half. Servine goes for that Giga Drain. This Mon is so annoying, I forgot how annoying it is, and here comes the Hyper Potion, but we're just going to keep hitting Tri Attacks, and there it is, baby. There's that frozen bush pack because the Servine is frozen and we finally take it out with the Tri Attack. So here comes this Whimsicott, which the boys had been telling me they're having troubles with before. So I'm thinking, let's bring out the Don Scully. Bang. One shot with the Poison Fang, quad times effective. Obviously, Whimsicott being grass and fairy. Absolutely no troubles for Scolipede there. Here comes the Venusaur. And Bennett is going to go for that Will-O-Wisp just to get that attack halved. It's not really an attacker, but we like taking stats down nonetheless. A couple of Giga Drains by the Venusaur here, and that burn is still ticking away. But as you can see, I've actually hit 2 Screeches on the Venusaur now. So it will be on -4 defense. So here comes out the Pede. And we're going to hit that Pin Missile. And yeah, 3 hits from the Pin Missile. It takes out the Venusaur. And finally, for Leafeon, here comes Leafeon. Iron defense with Scolipede, so we're +2 defense, we're +2 speed now. Let's hit another iron defense just to be safe. +4 defense, +6 defense now. And funnily enough, the Leafeon actually hits a crit, which completely ignores my stat changes. And we go for a Pin Missile, which gets Leafeon down into the red. And you guessed it, a hyper potion, and Scolipede misses his pin missile. Let's see if we can get one off. We can, but it just hits twice, and it's going to hit another 2 times with a crit finishing, and that is Leaf just about beaten. So, Rushy, do you want to take us into your battle, my brother?
Yes, thank you, Ace, for proving how easy it is to beat these gyms when you just completely ignore your wheel spins. But we'll go into mine now. I will pop my footage on the screen now. So I led with my stomp, they led with a Servine, Leaf led with Servine, I should say. Servine goes for a Giga Range, straight up, my stomp is gone, out. We knew that was happening. As you can see there, I have a Servine in my team too that replaced my Grottle, because obviously I lost Grottle in the last gym. I'll put Dragonair out, the Leech Seed goes off on Dragonair. I then get a Paralyze off on the Servine with the Thunder Wave, and then go for a Dragon Rage, which takes the Servine down to half health. The Servine's paralyzed, but the Leech Seed is obviously giving it its health back. So I go for another Dragon Rage. Servine uses Glare, which now paralyzes my Dragonair. And the Shed Skin does come off to get rid of that paralyze, which is nice. So Dragon Rage again. Another Glare from the Servine puts the paralyze back on. And then the Servine uses Knockoff, which knocks off the XP share. How unfortunate. One more Dragon Rage takes out the Servine there. So yeah, Servine's down. So Whimsicott is up next, and this Whimsicott gave me some trouble. I can tell you that, because of my spin wheel for this one, it was difficult. I couldn't just switch into something that was going to take him out. Dragon Air goes down straight away. We're expecting that Fairy type user against a Dragon type user. That's always going to happen. So here comes Servine making its first appearance of the season for me. Draining Kiss from the Whimsicott. I use a knockoff to get the berry off of the Whimsicott there. Whimsicott goes for another Draining Kiss, and Servine is down low. A Mega Drain doesn't do very much to the Whimsicott, but Leaf does bring the Whimsicott out and goes in with Venusaur. So Venusaur's now in. I go for a knockoff on the Venusaur, but the Venusaur does use a knockout quickly and takes out the Servine. So I come in next with Magneton. So Magneton's in. I go for the Thunder Wave, but the Venusaur uses Sleep Powder on the Magneton. So Magneton is fast asleep. But I'm thinking, I'm just going to go with it because there's not much else I can do. I can't switch into my Pignite. Rat-a-tat's not going to do much. So I'm just going to keep spamming until the Magneton wakes up. So I'm going and I'm just spamming away on the Thunder Wave just until Magneton wakes up, which it does here and gets the Thunder Wave off. So the Venusaur is now paralyzed. I go for the Tri-Attack, which does a decent amount of damage. Takedown from the Venusaur, however, does take out Magneton here. So Rat-a-tat comes in, goes for a tackle. It's doing its best, bless it, but it gets the sludge and is gone. So Pignite is finally in, down to my last Pokemon. Go for that Fire Punch, which takes out the Venusaur nicely there. So Whimsicott's back in. Fire Punch, I go for, but the Draining Kiss comes off first. But the Fire Punch comes in. Whimsicott is down and out, and you don't know how good that feels. This was not my first time in this area. Leafeon comes in, goes for the Razor Blade, but it does miss. And the Razor Leaf, it does miss, but it does hit the second time. But my two Fire Punches do take out the Leafeon. Leafeon does go down, and Leaf has been defeated. So yeah, not too bad from my end there, but that my spin wheel challenge definitely didn't help me out. I will just note that once you beat Leaf there, you do get the stem badge, and you can now use HM Strength, and you also get TM19 Mega Drain. And then, yeah, I don't know what you guys did, because obviously I then left the gym, and as you leave the gym, Blake gives you a call and he says, yo, come to Mount Stratus. You need to take on Team Fusion. And that's where that's where we had to finish, and a little bit of a cliffhanger, really. So did you guys leave the gym and get that as well?
I personally didn't, but I'm glad to hear that you got left on a cliffhanger, because that's setting us up nicely for next episode for sure.
It is, yeah, definitely. But yeah, that is gym 3 and 4 done. It may have taken us a little bit longer to record this than we thought, but we got there in the end. So yeah, I think if you've got nothing else to add in here, we can wrap the episode up.
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So I will pass it to you, Ace, to say your closing remarks.
Yeah, so thanks everyone for watching / listening to this episode of Pokemon Glazed. Bit of a weird one. This episode it's yesterday. I think. Oh, sorry, not yesterday, but when we were, well,
Recording
yesterday.
earlier.
Yesterday, I thought to myself, I was like, this is the first time that we've like started recording, but like just genuinely haven't been able to continue, which is like really weird, just as a first time thing. And obviously, you would have heard me saying yesterday or earlier on in the episode that so technically today is our 3-month anniversary of the Hive podcast. So that's a pretty cool milestone. Here's to another 3 months, and till we get to that 6 month, and then it's on to a year. Just another funny thing as well is like I think it was last week, Spooks told everyone to put it in their calendar that he wanted to go for a meal for the 1 year anniversary, which is next January.
Listen, you've got to realise, yeah, when you've got kids, you understand, as none of these men have kids, and you've got to understand is, and when you have a missus like mine, yeah, and I don't know about you boys, and obviously us boys are all country dons. So when you've got a missus from Essex, it gets a bit technical. Where she want to know your plans from now to 2028, and obviously the boys know the missus,
Yeah.
and if nothing's going her way or she don't know about it, she's gonna let you know that she don't know about it. So so for me it was like, put it in your calendar. Let's get something booked. Let me book it in early with the top dog, and we can do something. Do you know what I mean? That was just my way around it. That was me playing it safe. Because if I told her, yeah, us man are going out tomorrow, innit? You all right with the kids?
Yeah.
What?
Let me just get that in. Let me
What?
just get that in 9 months in advance, innit?
Well, you have to. You have to. She's already talking about Christmas.
Yeah, that's violation, man. Yeah, that's.
She's going to me. We're not cooking this year. We're going out, aren't we, for Christmas? I went, hold up. That was only my birthday last week.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're listening back to this at a later date, we are in April. So...
Yeah, just to clear that all up.
2026,
yeah.
Yeah, 2026, and we are talking about Jan 2027. And I just want to say as well that my response to Spooks' message in the group chat was, I don't think I've got anything planned for that day.
Well, and I said something that is not PG, innit?
Yeah, go to the Hive Centre to see Spooks' response.
Yeah, click that, sign up to the Patreon. And make sure you like and subscribe to that Patreon, because you're going to see some stuff on there, boy. There's going to be some stuff.
We need to get it one day for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
But for the time being, we will carry on closing out episode 2 of Glazed. Bit of a funny episode, bit of a shorter episode. Well, it will be the shortest episode on the channel, game-wise. But yeah, I mean, we've had a good time. It's taken us a couple of days to get this one done, but you know, it's been a good section of the game. I have enjoyed it. But anyway, that's me rambling on as usual.
No. I was going to touch on that, Ace. I think I could like to say that, compared to Emerald Sea Glass, I think we're all starting to really enjoy this now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is with us boys, but that new region kind of feel. It always, obviously, because it's a new region, it's not standard. Obviously, it's going to get you excited, but there's so much. I don't know. It's weird that you can trust a lot of people, like a lot of fan-made games, just to be better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I got ZA the other day for my birthday. Can't lie, still haven't touched it. It's in the wrapper. because I'm like, and Rosie, if you're hearing this, like, I do want to play the game, innit? I am looking forward to Glazed though. Like, I love this, innit? I love the free game that we're playing, innit?
I think we can say out of this podcast, this is the one that's going to get Spooks in trouble with his missus the most. Out of what I've done so far, you're going to have to cut it. Cut it after the last gym battle, and then just don't let her listen to anyone.
Listen, there's only a few times a few man can tell me off, and if you can remember from Emerald Sea Glass episode 2, I think I actually asked Ace to tell me off.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Don went, I can tell you off if you want.
It was episode 4 because I posted the clips today.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. There you go, isn't it? So you might see my missus taking over. Sorry, Spooks can't be with you now, but you got me. What you man saying? But yeah, let's sorry, I thought I'd just throw that in, but I think we're all really enjoying this one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think it sparks us that feeling from Lazarus, where it was just like, wow, there's just so much to do. There's just quality of life things. And I think it's just a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's a lot more enjoyable playing these fan games, like, you know, with different regions than just based off, this is just Emerald, just with a twist.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, and I think you guys enjoy it as well. We definitely see a lot more views on the Lazarus compared to the Sea Glass, and I just know that this Glazed is going to do numbers.
Yeah,
I just know that we're going to have so many people looking at it. But yeah, sorry, that's me getting ahead of myself as well. So yeah, I mean, boys,
all good. Yeah, I'll just go in and just bring off my closing remarks. But yeah, I'm enjoying this a lot as well. So looking forward to get playing again and carrying on this series. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. We've, as I said, it's been a bit of a funny one for us because it's the first time really that something's gone wrong, but we've adapted well, and we think you'll enjoy this episode quite a lot. And while Mac's not here, I suppose I'll do his little bit at the end here. So make sure you go and enjoy listening, whether you're in the car, in your front room, in the house, or maybe just maybe in the bath. Spooks. End off.
What did you say? In my bath, like in your bath?
Your bath. No one's enjoying themselves in my bath except for me.
And Japan.
Well, I was gonna say, well, I know one other person.
Heaven, no, there's no water now.
In my bath.
Couple of Everton fans in the bath, isn't it?
Oi, that's too far. That's too far.
But yeah, guys, do you know what? Watch us on. Continue watching. Do you know what? It's nice to say. Continue watching us on YouTube. Continue listening on Spotify. And do you know what? We really want to see some of you start getting in that Discord channel. We want to see your questions. We want to see more comments. We want to start interacting with you guys a lot more. That brings a little bit of, how can I say, just a little bit of, I don't know, comfortability between the fans. A little bit of spice, a little bit of, I don't know, just showing a bit of love to each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, we all have banter. It means more of you can jump on that banter as well. Like, we want to hear your side of, like, just pop in and just say hello.
Yeah.
Or do you know what I mean? Like, I played Glazed like a couple of years back. Maybe you boys should be doing this and doing that. We're open ears. Do you know what I mean? We just want to start building our own little community, start bringing our own little, be our friends, and be my friend. But like I said, if you don't have access to any of them, what I've just spoken about, all you got to do is ask your mum, ask your sister, ask your dad, and ask your brother. And if you don't have any of those people in your life, like real talk, all you need to do is just come to each and any one of us in anything. Do you know what I mean? Get hold of us any way you need to, and we'll sort something out for you. Do you know what I mean? This doesn't just have to go on YouTube. If you're in the Discord, you're going to get exclusive drops. You're going to get exclusive thoughts. You're going to see probably like wall arts and posts before they even start dropping. So get involved in that Discord and let us know how you feel. But by saying that, sayonara, adios, farewell.